Welcome back to another video on the channel, and in today's video I'm giving my thoughts on Walsall's final pre-season friendly this afternoon against Solihull Moors. Ended in a 0-0 draw against the National League side. Another really poor performance from Walsall. Yeah, everything very similar to the draw of the game really in terms of our performance. You know, no patterns of play. You know, we can't do the basics, keep the ball for more than 5 or 10 passes, resulting in the long ball again. You know, them diagonal switches that sometimes do work, but at the moment, like today, we're overhitting them and we're just losing the ball unneedlessly really. And going into next Saturday, obviously the season kicks off. There's very few positives really to take out of some of the pre-season games. I mean, especially today, I thought Solihull Moors, credit to them, I thought they were really good. They played some really good stuck to their principles, and even when we put them under a little bit of pressure, they still managed to play around us 1-2 touch. You know, it's football we want to see at Walsall, but what I've seen in pre-season, I've seen none of that really. We've resulted into the long ball into the front two. You know, we've had 3 months to get in some top quality strikers now. Sadler knew, he hinted in his BBC WM interview that he knew Hutchinson was probably going to leave. So we've had 3 months really to, you know, replace him and then get in some quality strikers, and we failed to do it. We're now a week before the start of the season, and we'll probably be, you know, panicking to buy a player before then. I just, you know, I go into most season with a lot of optimism. I'm quite an optimistic fan, but this season I'm struggling to see the optimism really. I think we've brought in some okay additions, but to really be kicking on up the league, you've got to bring in some quality, and I struggle to see that, especially in the forward areas. If you speak about today, Josh Gordon, 2 sitters in the second half. I mean, the final one, he should have scored. I genuinely don't know how he hasn't scored. You know, you can't fault his work ethic. I think his application's brilliant, and I really want him to do well in a Walsall shirt, but he's just not hitting the ground running. He doesn't know where the back of the net is for me at the moment. Likewise with Jammer, he doesn't offer you anything in the air really. You know, their centre back there, number 5, I think it's Whitmore at the back. He won most of the aerial duels against him. So the front two, the partnership there's no partnership really. It's not sticking up there. So ideally you want 2 strikers to come in before Saturday, but this should have already been sorted. Like I've said, we should have brought in your strikers. They should have been top of the radar to bring in, because strikers get you promoted at the end of the day. And you know, I think defensively it looked okay. I think they put some really good you know, killer passes in between our defences at times, which opened them up, and we were on the back foot a little bit at times, but you know, kept a clean sheet. I guess that's a positive you can take out of it, but I thought we looked really shaky again. And yeah, I think I'm hoping they're saving it for, you know, the new season next week when it kicks off against Morecambe, because we really need to step it up, you know, 4 or 5 gears now, because that performance against a really good Solihull Moors side was nowhere near good enough. I thought they were the better team. Obviously in the game there wasn't many clear-cut chances. Personally, I thought both teams failed to create many chances in front of goal. I thought Solihull Moors probably edged it. I think we probably livened up in the last 5 minutes. You know, it's a shame. We've got to be dominating games more, you know, if we want to do well this season. But you know, Morecambe going to be a tough test. You know, people will say they've got a new squad and all that, and obviously with the off-the-field issues at the moment, but got a great manager. You know, he's a well-drilled manager. You know, he gets his players super fit, and there'll be a good organised squad at Morecambe well. So I'm expecting a tough game. Like I said, we've got to raise our game now. Some of the players, you know, they've got to, you know, take more risks. It's what you want to see as a fan. I'm not excited. That's probably one of the words I'd describe at the moment. I'm not excited. I'm quite uninspired. None of the players really get me off the edge of the seat. You know, over the seasons of really poor seasons with Walsall, you've had your bunch of players that you've got you off the edge of the seat, and I think we have got players in the squad that can do that. You know, we've got Jack Ewing, Liam Gordon down the flank, but hasn't quite clicked in pre-season. Personally, I think there's some positives out of pre-season. Obviously, you know, fitness, and you know, getting to know the new players and seeing them. But in terms of performances, I think we had a decent one against Blues, but and obviously that, you know, Albert Church game, which you expect a good performance, but in some of the other games, you know, especially this week against Drogheda and Solihull Moors, nowhere near good enough. And you know, we've got to, you know, have a plan B. I think that's the main thing as well in game. I think if we can't, you know, execute our game plan with 3-5-2, we've got to be able to switch up, and I failed to see that with Matt Sadler. I don't think we got a plan B off of the bench. I think the bench again in pre-season, I know it's only pre-season, but today looked really weak. Weren't many game changes, probably Ronan May the only one. Lots of work to be done before next week. Will we get, you know, a couple of players, and we'll wait and see. Hopefully some top quality strikers that can, you know, get that ball in the back of the net. But the overall feeling as well, it's not just the strikers. We've got to play a lot better, 100 times better personally, if you really want to push up and get promoted this season. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. Leave in the comments your thoughts on today's game. Are you worried going into the new season, or are we confident? Obviously I'll have my League 2 predictions coming out in the next couple of days, so stay tuned for that, and obviously wait and see where I put Walsall. Thank you guys for watching this video. Leave a like on the video if you enjoyed, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Up the Sapplers.